All right, he had an unbelievable year for the Bengals, racking up the sacks. It was really exciting. It's actually crazy to me, talking with Trey Hendrickson from the Bengals, you and Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons, like some of the numbers you guys put up with teams that didn't really have that many leads late in the game. You know, if you think about it, like if you were on one of these teams that won 13 or 14 games, your numbers could have been even better.
Yeah, that's a little bit on us too. You know, like Joe Burrow did his best to give us a lead. Absolutely, I don't want to throw him under the bus. You know, we have some accountability in that. But, you know, I was blessed to rush the passer this year at a high level, being in good position with Louis Anarumo and his defense, and obviously the chips fell where they were, and I was able to lead the league.
Tell me on your right hand, the ring finger. What is that?
So this is like the boutonniere finger. I'm trying to keep it straight. That's like Sam Hubbard and Nick Cosgray. They've got this like, brace. So keeping it straight 6 weeks should be good.
Okay, because you're one of the rare guys. You don't wear gloves.
Yeah.
And I always notice that watching you play. I'm like blown away by that. Like I wore gloves, taped my wrists. I even the gloves. They have like the grip on them. Like I felt like it was easier to grab stuff.
Right.
But you don't feel that's the case?
It was one of those things in New Orleans when I was here. I first got drafted here. You know, at FAU, if it was a sticky game, I wouldn't wear gloves in college. But I fell off Tyrod Taylor a couple times. You know, and then the rest was history. I'm like, I'm done with gloves. I'm gonna grind it out, and that was it. And now we're here.
All right, you're from Apopka?
Yeah, Apopka, Florida.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
All right, tell me about Apopka. That's where like Jalen Carter's from, right? And a lot of these guys.
Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Yeah, good dudes.
So tell me about Apopka.
You know, that's home. You know, that was where I grew up. My parents, obviously, they instilled a lot of good hometown values from there. It's just Blue Darters, hardworking, dedicated, under Rick Darlington, and obviously Matt Anderson was my D-line coach there. Played a little bit of tight end too, with his son throwing me the balls. Zach Darlington, he's a strength coach in DeLand now. So
okay.
Yeah, we got the hometown roots. We moved up towards Jacksonville, where my wife's family is now. So
okay.
Yeah, Florida for sure though.
All right, so but you've kind of always been, I guess, undervalued might be the right word. Like, why did you not have bigger offers than FAU?
Well, I was a little smaller side, not in like, you know, height or speed, you know, just weight in general.
Yeah.
To say a defensive end needs to be this weight, and I was rolling around like 210, 215
Yeah, okay.
on a good day.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was fast. I could catch the ball. I knew I could do those things, but it was a tougher sell at the end. But FAU gave me an opportunity. I was able to start my junior and senior year, and the rest was history.
But then now, like, third round's nice, but you really could have been, you know, if people knew what you'd become, you would have been a top 10 pick. So you were kind of undervalued coming out of FAU. That might have been because it was not like a Power 4 school, you think?
Well, you know, I've been blessed to rush the passer, and I give all glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That I had 29.5 sacks in college. You know, I knew it was something I could do and do at a high level. It's just kind of fitting in a scheme that made sense, and you know, credit to Zach Taylor and Louis Anarumo and the Bengals organization for seeing that in me, and obviously the rest is history.
We got the Old Spice guy here. Trey, of course, is presented by Old Spice. You big Old Spice guy, Trey?
Yeah, I think in the shirt, they're in the NFL. I urge everybody to wear Old Spice, but we got total body dry field deodorant. You know, it's getting you feeling great and fresh 24/7. And like I said, a lot of guys in the locker room, I urge to wear the product we have.
Nice. I want to know, because I've done a couple of your games on radio, what are you always saying after almost every play? Like, after almost every play, you're either talking to the quarterback or the offensive tackle or the ref. Like, it is rare after a play. Like, everybody else is getting lined up a lot of times, and you're still behind the play talking to some. Like, what are you talking about all the time?
Well,
are you talking trash, or are you messing around
as
with?
a tackle, like I was telling them that they're doing such a great job at playing at a high level, and then the quarterbacks as well. And
no, you're
and
not.
The refs, I'm clearly telling them that wasn't a call. No way. I think they were exactly right. Everybody was right, and they're doing great. That's all.
Now, are you a big trash talker?
I tend to play the game 100% in every form or fashion, and I might have adapted.
It's unbelievable. I was on the sideline for like the AFC Championship game, the one that you guys won, and I swear every play you were talking to the ref or Mahomes or the offensive tackle, like the whole time. I was like, that's just who you are.
Yeah, I think Taylor Lewan and I got into it the most. We jawed back and forth. He kind of, on his podcast, Busting with the Boys, he kind of, exposed me for my trash talking there.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he let the leak out. But, I won't be mic'd up anytime soon.
What are you going to do? How far are you willing to take this contract thing?
Wow. Ideally it doesn't get to that because, I really don't want to be a distraction for the team. We've had multiple good conversations. It's just actions speak louder than words, and that's how I play my game as well, even though I am a trash talker. So hopefully it's something, I love Cincinnati. My wife got her residency at the VA hospital there. My son was born there. I've had my most productive years in the National Football League there. They've given me a tremendous opportunity to represent them at the Pro Bowl and now an All-Pro. I love it. I love it there. I love the coaching staffs that I've made relationships with, whether they're in the building or not. And, moving forward, I would like to remain a Bengal. It's just some things in life, like long-term security, being able to tell my wife where we're going to raise our son and not have to worry about playing a violent sport and shifting of where we're going. That would be ideal. But, again, I want to help them win a Super Bowl. And however that looks, if they have plans to move me or keep me, that's up to them.
Yeah, that's a tough organization from a contract standpoint, man, because
they've taken such great care of me, though. They've done such an amazing job. I mean, to tell me being underrated, it was also like that in free agency. They had to take a chance and believe in me. So I don't want that to go underappreciated.
Yeah.
Because we do have this little uncomfortable business negotiations going on, but I don't want it to. They've taken care of me off the field as well. With my wife, they've been so supportive. They've taken good care of me. So
it's so funny, Trey, because I remember they let Carl Lawson go for whatever it was, like $16 million a year, right?
Sure.
And then they signed you for whatever it is, 15 or 14. And I remember saying on the radio, for $1 million more, you could have kept Carl Lawson, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, Carl, unfortunately, has had injury issues and whatever.
Right.
And you were like a steal. I mean, they knew exactly what that couldn't have possibly worked out better for the Bengals to get you at that rate. But they're not known for spending in free agency. What other teams were you talking to? Do you remember back then?
I'm so blessed that we chose Cincinnati, and we wanted to be a part of changing that culture. Zach Taylor is a tremendous coach, and what he's done in the years he's been there, and getting a locker room nucleus that's been productive, and we've been in the conversation of being in the playoffs, if not making the playoffs in AFC Championships games. So we're going to get back to that. Obviously, like you're saying, I would like to be there long-term in Cincinnati. I love it there. And to be in the playoffs and then punch your ticket, that's the first part, and then continue to grind to get to this where we won't be doing interviews on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm very impressed with how you're handling it. Very impressed. It's very professional because, so I'm like, Micah Parsons is from where I live too.
Right.
Like, both him and you, I don't know that I would have played this past year without a new deal. I mean, you guys are worth like $40 million a year.
Yeah, I'm not sweating because the Old Spice. So that's why.
But you guys are worth like at least $35 million a year. So for me, like, I don't know how you guys go out there. I mean, I don't know. Did you have like an insurance policy for this year?
It's a balance. There's a balance in life, and you have to be a professional at the end of the day. And, this is a blessing to play in the National Football League. And so many guys get caught up in this is all about me. And that's why, I try to use my platform as much as possible to glorify the Lord with it and give credit to my teammates. Because if I was out there on my own and we had big offensive linemen blocking me, I think BJ did that one time against the Colts. 1 versus 5 is not a fair game. So that I'm able to have one-on-ones and produce and do that in stripes, it's a blessing.
Well, I hope it works out for you, man. Thanks so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it, too. Thank you.